Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this pink chrome French Valentine set. I am in love with how this turned out, and I cannot wait to show you guys how I created this look. So let's get into it. So I went off camera and attached my tips just to save us some time. If you're curious to see what's on my other hand, I don't have anything because I finally soaked off my 4-week full cover set. And if you're curious to see how that turned out, click the link in the description box down below. As for the tips that I'm wearing today, these are by Born Beautiful. If you're a South African viewer, you can find some of their products on Take a Lot. These are by far my favorite tips, and the one thing I love about these is the deep C curve, and they are so easy to work with. I always get the best results when I use these tips, so I definitely do recommend. Getting into the acrylic application, I'm going to be going in with my pink polymer, my monomer, and my oval Kolinsky brush in number 8. Now you guys know how I like to start my application. I always start by the cuticle, pointing my finger down, letting gravity assist me. The only thing was that it was such a hot day. The acrylic was setting very quickly, but that's fine. I didn't let that throw me off. I'm doing the reverse smile line technique where I'm going to be doing everything with acrylic, and I do not like doing the French technique this way. I'm not very good at it, but today I decided to challenge myself and go for it, and the result wasn't that bad as you guys have seen. So I'm going in and making sure that that bead is nice and smooth. Now I'm going in with my second bead and I'm creating the smile line. Another thing that throws me off about this technique is that I always forget to create an apex, and then in the end I'm always left with the flat nail. So this time around I wanted to make sure that I'm adding enough acrylic. I'm also just making sure that smile line is nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in with a hand file and perfect it. So the only thing I'm focusing on right now is making sure that I've got enough product so that I can have a good apex, meaning I'll have a good structure to the nail at the end. Another thing that throws me off about this technique is the corners, like the edge of the smile line. I don't know if you guys get what I mean, but where the smile line starts, like right there in the corner, that's where I always struggle, because when I'm filing, it always just starts to disappear there, and I always have to go in with some white gel. So this time around I'm making sure that I've got enough product, I've got enough height, so that when I start to file, I've got a nice crisp line. So I went ahead and did exactly the same for the rest of my nails, and this is how they looked. Now I'm grabbing my hand file and we're going to be crispening up that smile line. I'm going to be saying smile line a lot in this video. I'm going in and doing the same for each and every nail. This is important because you want to have a nice crisp shape at the end. After I'm done perfecting the smile line, this is how it looks, and I'm very happy with that height because that is my apex. It looks kind of weird, I know, but it all comes together. Now I'm going in with my white acrylic. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not a big fan of colored acrylics. I just stick to the rivers and lakes that I'm used to, which is just a cover pink acrylic. When it came to working with the white acrylic, I struggled a bit because I was not used to the texture. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just not used to how it flows and how it moves. It felt like I was applying vanilla ice cream onto my nails. It was just so flowy and so smooth, which was nice, but I just struggled with that. So as I mentioned before, I struggle with the corners and having them nice and crisp. So this time around, I'm really focusing on them, making sure that I'm shoving that white right in there and that I don't have any gaps. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that I make sure when I'm filing, I get a nice crisp V shape coming from the bottom of that smile line. Now this technique never looks pretty. It's definitely a trust the process kind of situation because it can look like a mess, but it all comes together when you are filing. So I went ahead and did the same for the rest of my nails off camera, and this is how they turned out. Yeah, definitely definitely trust the process, and I kept saying this to myself over and over and over. Now I'm going in with my carbide bit because it's the debulking bit. Now again, I had to be careful because the white acrylic was much softer than the cover pink acrylic, so I focused mostly on that smile line. Now I'm going in with my ceramic safety bit, and I love going around my cuticles with this one because it ensures that I do not cut myself, but I also just went ahead and filed down with the same bit, making sure that I crispen up that smile line as much as I can. Now, if you're day one, you know that I love hand filing. So I'm grabbing my hand file at this point, and this is where I really get to focus and make sure that I'm getting the results. And when I say results, I mean I'm making sure that my apex is nice and high, or is where I want it to be. I'm also just making sure that the sides of my nails are nice and smooth, and I'm also just making sure that the free edge is nice and crisp. So I went ahead and did the same for the rest of my nails. Now I'm grabbing a buffing block and I'm buffing all my nails, always starting with the rough side of the buffing block, then going again with the smoother side, just to make sure that I get rid of all those ridges from the filing. I went ahead and washed my hands and moisturized, and this is how the nails looked. I was pretty happy, but then I also noticed that the white acrylic had created bubbles, and as I filed, I had these round tiny circles that were open. I also noticed that I had a bit of marbling on the thumb, but I'm pretty happy with how they look. They look really, really nice, and I was super proud of myself. Now this is the pink chrome powder I'm going to be using today. Now if there's one thing I know about chrome, is that it always looks good when you use black, but it also is shiny when you use the top coat. So I figured, what if I mixed the two together? I mix a little bit of the black with the top coat. That way I get the depth from the black, also getting the shininess that I'm after from the top coat. Now I wasn't sure if this was going to work, but I went with it nonetheless. So I'm going to be going in and doing the heart flame design first. Now I've been seeing this all over social media. I literally had a pen and paper next to me, and I kept practicing and making sure that I'm getting it the way that I want. And the first thing I'm going to do is start with the heart, and I'm making sure that the heart is in the middle of the nail. I went ahead and drew the other side. Now this wasn't easy, but I was able to do this entire design just once, you guys, which is crazy. I had to fix some parts, but the fact that I did it once, I was very proud of myself, because it just usually takes me about 4 or 5 tries. When I was done with the heart, now I'm starting with the flames on top of the heart, and the best way to describe it is to do the letter C facing up, and from there on you drag upwards and start building your flame. So while I was doing this, it was kind of giving me Maleficent vibes. Like, it kind of looked like Maleficent to me, but I still liked it. It's pretty cool.
How did we get here? It's not like I've been gone that long. I hate this being on and off. Why'd you disappear? I needed time to be alone. It doesn't mean I had let go.
Now I'm going in at the bottom and doing the same, doing that C shape, and then dragging the rest of that flame upwards. And I went ahead and did exactly the same for the other side. And now I finish up at the bottom, connecting everything, and once I was done with that, I cured in the lamp for 60 seconds. today I decided to go in with my silicone applicator. And I'm picking up just a small amount with the silicone tool, and then I started rubbing it onto the nail. Now if you guys know, like if you rub the chrome on just the tacky layer of the gel, it kind of becomes mushy. The tacky layer of cured gel can be a little bit sticky, and sometimes the chrome doesn't shine. So what I loved about mixing the top coat is that it wasn't tacky and it allowed for the chrome to shine.
Why'd you disappear? I needed time to be alone. It doesn't mean I had let go. I think that both of us need to be more honest. I'm finding it hard to trust anyone outside of
Now I'm going in with my makeup sponge to clean everything up, but I think it was too rough and it kind of removed some of it, so I had to reapply, which was fine, and it still gave the beautiful shiny payoff that I was looking for.
realities and possibilities. Pink colors of different shades. It's not complicated. You'll find your way, dream.
How cool does that look, you guys? How shiny! So cool. I was so happy with how this was looking at this point. Like, hella proud of myself. Now for the rest of my nails, I'm going to be doing the lips, and I've been seeing these everywhere as well on TikTok and here on YouTube, so I thought let me give it a try. And this was very easy to do. Using the dotting tool, I did 2 dots and then just connect them, and you do the bottom part of the lips as well. I kind of struggled a little bit with doing these because I kind of made the two lips too close together, and the gel would connect and then I would have to start over again. So yeah, the lips I struggled a bit, but I finally got them right. And when I was done with that, I did a small heart on the side. And you guys, I should have used matte top coat first. I'll show you why I regretted not applying matte top coat on these nails.
To trust anyone outside of us. Dream pink colors of different shades. It's not complicated. You'll find your way, drifting on a different plane of realities and possibilities.
I went ahead and did the rest of my nails, and then I cured in the lamp for 60 seconds, and this is how they looked. Now I'm grabbing my silicone tool again, and I'm going in and rubbing on all my nails.
Realities and possibilities.
Now instead of using the makeup sponge, I'm going in with just my small fan brush, and this worked perfectly to remove the excess chrome powder.
I needed time to be alone. It doesn't mean I had let go. I think that both of us need to be more honest. I'm finding it hard to trust anyone outside of us. Dream pink colors of different shades. It's not complicated. You'll find your way, dream.
Now I'm going ahead with the final step, and I'm applying my no wipe top coat on all my nails, and then I cure it again in my lamp for 60 seconds.
How did we get here? It's not like I've been gone that long. I hate this being on.
And this is how the nails looked when I was done. Now if I look closely onto the nail, you guys, I noticed that all the tiny little holes from the white, the chrome powder kind of sunk in there, and yeah, it kind of looked like there were tiny little freckles all over the nails, but I was still happy with the results. And now I'm going in with my cuticle oil and I'm moisturizing my cuticles. And if you take a closer look onto the nails, you can definitely see those tiny specks where the chrome powder settled in, but it's all good. I'm happy with how the nails turned out. Let me know what you guys think about this set. And just like that, we've reached the end of this video, you guys. Thank you so much if you've made it this far. If you've enjoyed the Valentine's content, definitely leave a like for me, leave a comment as well, but most importantly, I'd really love it if you hit the subscribe button and join in the family. And I hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day with the ones you love. Have a fantastic day wherever you are. Bye guys.